Hello and welcome to another episode of Lee's Listers. So this episode I'm going to show you basically what I'm going to restore next. Last few videos I've done the K, M, P, they're all up on there. I've done the Q series. So the next one is going to be something I've sat on for a little while, but first I've bought this. So it's a Wilmot push pull, and it's going to be my new restoration trolley. They're from the 1920s, 30s. Great little thing. Lift them up, shove them about. But then when you don't want to move them, you take that out and they're nice and solid. You know, once you've got a half a ton of engine on there, it'll be nice and easy for the shed. So that's what I bought. Make life easier, hopefully a bit home. I ain't got then a massive trolley to work around and get all the way around it nice and easy. So follow me into the shed. And lurking down here in the shed is something I've had tucked away for a little while now. So under these sheets is an engine that I had for about 4 or 5 years, and I first found it on Facebook in 2018, and all of a sudden it vanished. In lockdown, nothing else much to do. And I thought, I wonder what's happened to that engine. So I started looking, scrolled back through thousands and thousands of posts on Facebook, and eventually I found it. Message chap, where's it gone? If you still got it, how are you getting on with it? Just out of interest. So it's gone to Holland. And the chase really started then. So I then started messaging a few people I knew in Holland, and I dropped on where it was. And long story short, I eventually got a deal done. So the big reveal is on the 2 different sheets is an engine I'm quite looking forward to restoring. Is a 1921 Lister M twin cylinder known as a TM. It's completely original along with its original trolley. So these are far bigger than the H2R ones. These are what usually would be on an N, P, Q or R. The width between there is 5 feet wide, where usually they're only 4 feet wide. So they're 4 inches wide, same as the flywheels. They're 26 inches, and they are 22 inches, I think, off the top of my head. They're also a lot bigger diameter in the shaft. So my plan with the trolley, these are solid, is I need to basically just try and free them off. So 2 things: lots of penetrating oil, and also probably a bit of both is heat. Don't want to build something and then barbecue them to get a load of heat in the cast to try and free it off, or oxyacetylene, I don't know, but I want to save the axles. The easy thing would be just to chop them off, bore it out with on the lathe, and just make fresh axles. But my plan is anyway to make some fresh axles, because my trailer's only 4 foot 2 inches wide, and so these edge to edge are 5 foot wide. So once I get this engine done, I won't be able to move it anywhere. So also for it, I found a cooling tank. So this is a hot riveted tank. It's an old water tank. It had a plate in the top. What I've done is it was bolted on the top, take that off, but it's actually more or less within ½ an inch in height, identical dimensions to an original one. So I plan on using that for the cooling system, as the engine was originally a screen cooling tank engine. I am going to look out for an original pump. So it has its its pulley in here for the screen cooling. So I need a pump, but also what makes it really, really unusual is the fact it's style 2 vaporiser, blind head, and it's original blind head, and it's got features which the early ones have, like the oil filler at the bottom on that side. Things that are different is it's only a single pump, so the pump is only fuel only instead of fuel and oil, and then underneath the flywheel at this side is a gear pump which lubricates the oil, pumps the oil around, lubricating oil. So they're two things that's different, along with the vaporizer, which I've never ever seen before. I've seen a few blind head ones, but this is a really, really early one. It's got an earlier breather on this side and chain guard cover instead of it being the mesh, and then a guard cover. If you see here is the cover, that's the cover, breather, and everything in one. So any over mist oil lubricates the chain for the magneto. When I bought this in 2021, 22, I have to work out exactly, it was sea solid, but it's free. So every time I come to the shed, what I did basically was I left 2-3 tins of WD, duck oil, all that sort of stuff down here, and I just gave everything a little spray. I took the taps out, decompression taps on the side of the head, which means you could spray into the cylinders direct without taking the spark plugs out because they're rather manky. And yeah, just time. And that's one of the biggest things I can really recommend to people when you're restoring engines is if you've got something seized, just give it time. Time's the most valuable thing there is for these. You know, lots of oil, lots of WD, people use transmission fluid, all sorts of concoctions, but you cannot beat time for freeing things off. I'd say this was absolutely sea solid. There was absolutely nothing that would move these pistons. And 3 years of just coming down, a little bit here, a little bit there. Every nut and bolt has been sprayed all at the same time. And eventually it's paid off. The only thing that is stuck is one of the valves is stuck up. It was free, and then when I turned it over, it's jammed in the up position. So that needs looking at. But this engine, like the others, it's going to get a full strip down, clean, methodic clean with a toothbrush again. There'll be lots of original paint. And then I'm going to put it back on an original trolley. I'm going to make it screen cooled again with an original pump. The engine, unlike the others, has always been mounted effectively like this on a trolley. So the exhaust pipe went straight down underneath the trolley and either up or straight at the back. I've got 3 photos from when it was found, and neither are very clear. On the exhaust side, I just know it goes down and under. So I actually have that bit of pipe. And the fuel tank was at this side. So every lister I've found of the H2R range, the fuel tank has always been at this side. I've never seen an original engine where it's at this side. Even the 1910 404s, I had one. 2637, I think the number was. It was believed to be the oldest external fuel tank lister, and it was at this side. Before that, about 17 numbers beforehand, I think it was, is the next oldest one I've seen. It was an internal fuel tank mounted in the base, but this one is really, really unusual. In fact, it was at the back. And I know that because all the pipes are original and they all go that way. There's the suction pipe in the bottom and the return pipe all at this side. So instead of it being tank, engine, pump, cooling system, it's going to be engine, tank, or pump. I think it's tank, pump, and then cooling system, which is quite unusual. So the original photos I have are on its skids, still on its woods. They was taken off when it went to Holland. The chap I bought it off said he chopped them up and chucked them away because they was rotten, which is fair enough, but I never actually worked out the original size. I tried scaling it up from some photos, measuring the flywheel width, the base width, known measurements I had to work out the bolt sizing, then the penny dropped. I've got the original bolts, So I know the depth of these castings here, and the casting for the steering part. I've just got the length of the bolt, minus that gives me my wood diameter dimensions. So the wood was 5 by 7 inch. I know the trailer was 8 foot long, because the chap who found it told me his trailer was 5 foot wide, 8 foot long. So I know that's 5 foot wide. There's a photo of it on the trailer at 5 foot wide. The trailer's 8 foot long. It fills the whole trailer, so it will be on 5 by 7s by 8 foot long, where these are originally on 4 by 6s, I think, and they are only 6 foot long, so it'd be a long old engine. But there's a lot of stuff to get in: fuel tank, the pump, and all that extra sort of stuff. So, and the tank is considerably bigger than what a belt box would be. So, yeah, this is the 1921 Lister TM. This will be my next restoration project. I've no idea how long it'll take me. The next plan is to get it from this pallet onto the Wilmot truck, the push-pull truck I've bought, because the pallet isn't practical at home. If I want to pull it outside, if it's a nice day, I'll turn it round, or certainly having it on a 5 foot wide trolley, 8 foot long, is not practically with new woods. It's just not going to work. So easy option, put it on the trolley. I can work on it safely and quite conveniently. And then when it's done, lift it off there, put it on the trolley, proper trolley, and hopefully by that time the oil penetrates off the axles. I've had a bit of time to work, and yeah, make life getting them off a little bit easier. I hope, fingers crossed. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll do a lot more detailed video of the vaporiser again, same as what I've done on the Q, because parts, the fuel side is the same, but the whole vaporiser setup is different. I'll show the oil and fuel system separately. I'll basically show the whole thing, taking engine to bits, crankshaft, head, pistons, conrods, getting the flywheels off. Because usually that's quite an interesting video of how to remove flywheels and keyways and tools and tips and things like that. So yeah, the 1921 Lister TM Style 2 vaporiser engine is my next restoration project. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you tune in for further videos on the restoration of it. This won't be probably a video every week because I'm starting it now. It's middle to late June 2024. I have a couple more rallies this year. I have a week's holiday planned down country. I'd like to try and get out on my motorbike while it's better weather this year, and I'm going to be doing it as an end between everything else. And I also want to try and extend my garage. So there'll be one here, one there, but I'll try and keep them fairly regular. And when I get into full swing of it later in the year, when it's colder and darker, they'll probably come thicker and faster. So yeah, that's this video wrapped up. Please don't forget to give me a subscribe, give me a like, thumbs up, and also comment. And please try and encourage your friends, family, people to also subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, trying to bring you more interesting stuff on Lister H2Rs and some more unusual ones like the ball hopper, and I've got the RH and the X, and I want to try and bring you little bits and bats of all sorts of different ones in the H2R range. So yeah, please give me a like and a subscribe, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Yeah, cheers, thank you very much. See you later. Tarra.